Now, let's talk about the principles and design of information security controls. The main objectives of this step is to explain the work of the security controls in the information security management system of the organization. In each part of the process, as you can see, there are several principles to follow. In the plan phase, we have initiating the ISMS, understanding the organization, analyze the existing system, leadership project approval, scope, security policy, risk management, and statement of applicability. In the do phase, we have organizational structure, document management, design of the controls and procedures, communication, awareness and training, implementation of controls, incident management, and operations management. In the check phase, we have monitoring, measurement, analysis and evaluation, internal audit, and management review. And finally, in the plan phase, we have treatment of non-conformities and continual improvement. There are some definitions of control and procedures. Control is a measure that modifies risk, and procedures specify a way to carry out an activity or a process. The list of activities includes in the proposed methodology with the corresponding input and output. As for the input, we have statement of applicability, ISMS policy and information security policies, organizational structure of the ISMS, document management structure, other management system in place. The activities are design processes and control of information security, description of the processes and controls of information security, writing specific policies, writing procedures, and definition of records related to the processes and the security controls. And the outputs are description of the processes and security controls, information security specific policies, and procedures and processes related to security controls. About the design of the processes and controls, and before describing the processes and controls, they should be thought up and the design should be carried out by identifying first the objectives, second the elements entered, third the roles and responsibilities of key stakeholders, fourth interfaces with other processes, fifth the resources needed for operations, sixth list of activities and tasks to perform in operations, seventh list of records, eighth key indicators of efficiency measures, and ninth, output elements. About the description of the processes and controls, we have to make sure that the various security controls related to the ISMS should be documented, that no method is prescribed by ISO 27001, that is good practice to document the security controls in groups, for example, one document for incident management and not for each security control, and that documentation must be precise enough to be a reflection of the reality but not too complex to monitor. Still in the description of the processes and controls, we have the 6 W's: who, what, when, where, why, and how. There is no requirement of ISO 27001 to describe in detail each security control in place in the organization. An organization may limit it to concise documentation describing the operation of processes and controls included in the ISMS. Several organizations do include the description of security controls in their statement of applicability. There are 3 types of methods for description of the processes and controls. The narrative description is a detailed description in a literary form of the processes and security controls. The mixed approach is a description by process schemes supplement by text descriptions. And description by process schemes is a representation of the processes and security controls in a visual format. Regarding policies, a publication of an information security policy, the ISMS policy, is required. Also, Depending on the selected security controls, the organization must publish specific policies on certain topics, such as policy on mobile devices, policy on networking, policy on access control, policy on information access restriction, policy on the use of cryptographic controls and keys, policy on clear desk and clear screen, policy on information backup, policy on secure development, and policy on suppliers' relationships. Here, you have a list of documented information explicitly required by ISO 27001. The first, it's the ISMS scope. The second, Information Security Policy. The third, Information Security Risk Assessment Process and Results. The fourth, Information Security Risk Treatment Process and Results. The fifth, Information Security Objectives. The sixth, Competence of Persons. The seventh, Control of Documented Information. The eighth, Operational Planning and Control. The ninth, Monitoring and Measurement Results. The 10th, Internal Audit Program and Results. The 11th, Management Reviews. And last, the 12th, Non-conformities, Corrective Actions and Results. Regarding writing procedures, it is a good practice to write a first draft of the procedures before implementing the selected controls. Procedures ensure that security controls developed will be operational day-to-day to the specifications and policies of the organization. Employees in charge of operations should be involved in the drafting and validation of procedures. And finally, regarding records, during the definition of the process and the security controls, a list of associated records should be created. When describing the processes and controls, one should describe how records are managed. When writing procedures, the forms and other media designed to collect and preserve records should be created.